With the 4 or 5 bits of criteria, you're kind of, you're on your own basically. My name is David. I was a commercial diver for 12 years previous to my accident. I had an accident in May then, and unfortunately lost the use of my arm, and I had many other injuries with the arm. The paralysis of the arm being the main one, I suppose. I was involved at a motorbike accident. I crashed into a truck on the motorway, and I ended up in Tullamore Hospital for 3 months. I was there for 3 months, and then I was in the NRH after that for 3 months, and then I was in the Mater Hospital for nerve transfers and whatnot, and still ongoing actually. I had to go to Vienna for a muscle transfer under the care of Professor Osman there also as well. I'm hoping to be back to him soon enough as well to carry on that. I have further treatment in Vienna that's related to my last surgeries I've had over there. It looks like I'm going to have to set up a GoFundMe to try and get funds for travelling over and staying over there. I'm hoping to have nerve. I've had a muscle transferred into my forearm. I'm hoping that they will find 2 nerve signals in that to operate a prosthetic when that time comes. Primary medical cert, definitely have difficulty, all right, but a primary medical cert, yeah, it allows for disabled people who fit under that criteria to be exempt from VAT and VRT, whether they're buying a new car or a car that needs to be modified or whatnot. Other small bits and pieces like they are tax-free in a car, and also I think they're toll-free as well, I think.
And what are the difficulties that you've been facing? I understand that you've applied more than once at this stage.
I have, yeah. I've been applying since 2021, and basically the criteria was written in 1968, I think, and they're coming back telling me that I'm not paralysed enough, basically, which is it's a bit crazy, to be honest,
And do you know what specifically that you're stumbling on in there?
Yeah, basically in the criteria says that you have to be wholly without the use of both arms, or almost wholly without the use of both arms, which it's a bit of a contradiction in itself, because if you had no arms, I don't think you would be driving anyways, and what is almost wholly without the use of both arms? I can't understand that.
So because of your accident, your left arm had to be unfortunately amputated from below the elbow, essentially.
Yes, it was. It was amputated below the elbow. It was my choice to amputate it because, well, I suppose it wasn't really my choice. I was catching it everywhere. I was burning it. There was no sensory feeling there, so it was easy hurting because the arm was fully paralysed. If I got blisters or whatnot on it, it would take months and months and months to heal because there's no activity in the arm, really,
And how did that affect your ability to just go about your day?
The amputation, physically, yeah, it was. I found it better. I wasn't being pulled down to one side like I was previous. Mentally, it was okay for me. For other people to look at you when they don't know what to say to you, I suppose it's kind of a little bit different, all right, yeah. But yeah, you get over that.
And you said that not being able to access the PMC has pushed you to the brink of poverty. Can you explain a little bit about what you meant by that?
For me, the benefit of having this cert would be, certainly I have an older car. I can't afford a new car, basically. I have an older car, so I'm on the higher tax bracket, of course, and I need that car to go in and to pick up and visit my daughter who lives in the next town, and it would certainly help me with that.
And David, you've said that you feel that Ireland is currently in breach of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Can you tell us what you found through your research?
Well, I think that the current domestic legislation in Ireland is in breach of the UNCRPD Article 26, Title 3, equality, and that's about integration of people with disabilities. Yeah, certainly, I think that my rights are certainly being breached, I suppose.
TD Carol Nolan, I believe she's your representative for this constituency.
Yeah.
She said in the Dáil recently that, you know, this situation is very, very unfair, and she did secure a promise from Taoiseach Leo Varadkar that he would look into the review process. How do you feel that your rights are not being upheld in this situation?
I certainly don't have much faith in it anyways. I want to be hopeful, but it's unfortunately I've seen this before. This is not the first time it was brought to the attention. It's been happening quite a few times before, and still nothing has happened. You know, after that there's been plenty more. There's been plenty of reports about it. There'll be plenty of this and everything else, and that's you know. We need action. Like, we don't need more reports or more people talking about it. We need just full-on action, you know.
And Carol Nolan, TD, she said that, you know, there was bureaucratic zealotry behind the continual refusals of applications like your own. Do you think that that's a fair summary of what's happening?
No, they certainly have no compassion for anybody going into the Disabled Drivers Board of Appeal. Considering that the last board resigned because the criteria was too strict. So, you know, the new board comes, the last board has been has resigned because of the criteria, and yet it's do they not feel, you know, do they not feel obligated to help people, because the last board had resigned over it.
And I suppose on the human side, like they do have a list of criteria, but do you think that they're kind of looking at the list and checking it off more than looking at you as a person who has needs?
Yeah, certainly. You know, it's that kind of boils down to the social side of the UNCRPD, and they're definitely not implementing that or looking at it through that way, which they should be, basically. You know, they're just, if you don't fit the 4 or 5 bits of criteria, you're kind of, you know, you're on your own, basically.